Hey guys, welcome to my everything shower. I do some prep before I actually get in the shower, so I start by taking all of my jewellery off. I do this even if I'm wearing waterproof and tarnish proof jewellery. I just don't like wearing it when I'm in the shower. I do leave my smaller stud earrings in though because they never come out except when I'm cleaning them. Then I take my hair out, ready to go in with some pre-treatments. I wait for the water to heat up and then I fully soak my hair before squeezing out any excess. I actually really hate washing my hair or getting my hair wet when I'm still fully clothed. I'm not sure why, it's always just been a thing, but some of these treatments require it, so I don't really have a choice. I towel dry off the rest of the excess and then I go in with the Kingsley scalp mask. Please ignore that drip of water on my upper lip. I don't know how I didn't realise it was there earlier. I'm very prone to eczema and I have a very dry, flaky, itchy scalp, so I should use this more often to be honest, but I think I probably use it on average about once every 2 months. I really massage it up in there to make sure every bit of my scalp is covered. Then I go in with the Kingsley elasticizer, which is really good for making your hair like really shiny, smooth, and I think it's supposed to make it like sort of more flexible and less prone to breaking. This just goes on the lengths and ends of the hair and then I comb it through to make sure it's all detangled. Then we wait 15 minutes for it to do its stuff. I think originally I thought I wasn't going to do a voiceover, which is why I'm here signing 15 minutes. While I'm waiting for that, I organise everything that I'm going to need in the shower and start putting it sort of around the bath ready. I don't like loads of clutter around the bath, so all of my stuff that I use is kept like in a different shelving unit on the other side of the bathroom. So after 15 minutes I get in the shower and the first thing I do is just rinse all of the excess product out of my hair. And before I actually shampoo my hair, I take my makeup off with a cleansing balm. It just seems like there's not really much point washing my hair to then use a cleansing balm to try and get my makeup off, which could send some of the makeup into like my hairline. So this is why I do it that way. I try and get into every little crevice with the cleansing balm to make sure I don't have even a tiny speck of makeup left on my face. That can be difficult though, especially if I've been wearing like heavy eye makeup and mascara. Then I rinse off all of the broken down makeup from my face and move on to my hair. I actually do 2 rounds of shampoo. The first is to remove any build-up and obviously to also remove the products that I put on just before. And the second round of shampoo is to like really cleanse down deep into my scalp. Is anyone else paranoid about leaving shampoo in their hair? I spend an excessive amount of time rinsing out the shampoo from mine. With the second round of shampoo, I start by massaging into my scalp and then I go in with a scalp brush. Would you call it a brush or would you call it a scrubber, or I don't know. I use a combination of circular motions and back and forth motions, just whatever feels good really. Then I go in with my conditioner. This time I used a mixture of the one that matches my shampoo and one that I got with a hair dye when I dyed my hair literally like, I think it was actually a few months ago now, but I had some left. I just work it through the lengths and ends with my hands and then I comb it through to make sure it's all detangled. Next I go in with cream cleanser. This time I use the Skin Rocks cream cleanser, but I also use a CeraVe one. I always use a cream cleanser in the morning and as my second cleanser in the evening. I have to use a non-foaming cleanser because I have very dry, sensitive skin. I've tried to use foaming cleansers in the past, but they just really strip my skin and make it feel really irritated. After cleansing, I applied the algenist blue algae vitamin C serum. I actually stopped using vitamin C for quite a while because I kept getting continual flare-ups, but I decided to try this because I had a sample. If I remember correctly, it gave me a really cooling sensation, but I had to leave it on for 5 to 10 minutes I think, so I just left that on whilst I got on with other stuff. Then I rinsed out my conditioner as it had been in my hair for about 5 minutes at this point. And I always use a comb to do this just to make sure that there isn't any conditioner left behind. Next, I wash my body. I always do this after rinsing the conditioner out of my hair because apparently if you wash your body and then rinse the conditioner out of your hair, it can give you back acne. I also shave under my arms whilst the body wash is still there. I use it as like an alternative to shaving foam. This Soap and Glory scrub I use next contains an AHA complex, which helps with my keratosis pilaris, which are those tiny little red bumps that you can get on your arms and legs. I use the scrub all over my body, rinse it off, and then shave my legs, which you can't see here. Then I remembered I needed to wash off that serum. But I can confirm that I didn't have any breakouts and my skin was fine the next day, which is actually very rare for me with vitamin C. Then I turned the water off and applied my leave-in conditioner, which this time was the Lush Super Milk. I run this through the lengths and ends with my hands, and then again I comb it through to make sure my hair is detangled. I squeeze out the excess water and then wrap my hair in a towel. I know you're not really supposed to do this, but the first thing I do after I get out of the shower is use some cotton buds to clean inside my ears, because I really hate the feeling of water inside there, and they also get super itchy after I have a shower. Does that happen to anyone else? Then I started my nighttime skincare routine with my hydrating spritz, followed by some hyaluronic acid serum, then a retinol eye cream. I use a small pea-sized amount for both eyes, and then I focus on the areas where I have more fine lines, so the outer lower eye. Then I go in with this moisturising mask. It's got a mix of hyaluronic acid and polyglutamic acid, if I remember correctly. I purchased a couple of products from the Superdrug Hydrate range, so I've just been testing them recently. This CeraVe lotion is my go-to everyday moisturiser. I know they do sell specific face moisturisers, but I've used this on my face for a really long time, and it does say on the bottle that it can be used on your face as well as your body. Depending on how my skin's feeling, I may go in with a second layer in particular areas on my face. I could probably benefit from a thicker moisturiser at the moment, but because I've had so many flare-ups, I'm just sticking to what I know, and I'd rather go in with 2 layers of this than risk having like a reaction to something else. I always rub any leftover product into the back of my hands. Then I apply my lip balm. At the moment I'm really loving the Summer Fridays one in Sweet Mint. My lips have been an absolute state the last few months, to be honest. I always try to moisturise my body after an everything shower. This time I used a coconut body cream from B&M, which I think looks like a dupe of Sol de Janeiro, but I've never actually used that one, so I wouldn't be able to compare it. It did smell amazing though, and felt really nice on my skin. Finally, I just brushed and combed through my hair one last time, and that was it really. I still had a few hours left before bed, so I just let my hair air dry. There's no point really styling it or anything if I'm just going to go to sleep. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video.